back to In the Now podcast. We are your hosts. My name is Praise.
And my name is Signorina.
Yes, and today we are back with another guest. We are here with my own very brother, Uche.
Uche. Welcome to In the Now
Welcome
podcast.
to In the Now podcast. Uche, do you want to kind of tell us who you are?
First, how do you feel?
How's life?
Nothing much. Just walk. Walk, nothing much. For those that are walking,
Whoa. Okay, we have
they will
started.
understand.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay. Uche, who are you?
Yeah.
Introduce yourself for those that don't know you.
Wow. No, I'm Uche. Some people call me Favor too, but very few. Most people know me as Uche.
Yeah.
24, just turned 24 this month. This
year.
No, this year 2 years, but sorry, not this month.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, January, so this year.
Yeah.
And I went to army for a very short period.
Oh my goodness.
Let's not even get to that one. Then before that, I graduated from uni and business school, and now I'm working, but still trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my career. Now that I'm done with that meeting, but yeah.
Okay.
That's nice. And we can talk about that journey of how you got to this point and also what's ahead of you.
Yeah.
Because we're interested in that.
Yeah.
All right.
But let's go back.
Yeah.
Let's go back. So
all the way back.
all the way back to when you were in diapers and I was carrying you in diapers. No,
She was not carrying me. You know,
No,
nothing.
I wasn't. We're basically the same age. I wasn't. But yeah, so tell us about your childhood. I mean, I know, but they don't know.
Yeah. How did you grow up?
Yeah.
And your environment and everything. What do you remember?
Let's just say all the way till we got to Finland, everything was fun.
Fun.
Not saying that Finland is a bad place, but I wouldn't want to live anywhere else than here in Helsinki. Helsinki is the main city.
Okay.
Those that are from Italy know. Anyways, but all the way from even Nigeria, I was just playing around as a child, going to school. Even all of the chaos that was happening in Nigeria, I didn't really mind or care about it. I was just being a kid.
Yeah.
And it was a really fun childhood, even when my mom used to do Indomie, for those that are Nigerians. Indomie with egg.
Noodles.
Those days were fun. And when we came to Italy, bro, that's when we really had fun. As
What does fun
children.
look like? What did fun look like in
Um,
those days?
Really, I feel like it was the school that we were in. It was just designed in a way that me and Majestic, my brother, always used to run out of the class, just wait till the bell rang, and we were out of the class into the
memories.
the courtyard, playing around and all that. Though we hated when summer holiday came and we had to deal with compiti della vacanza, for those that know that rubbish thing to have.
So basically, in Italy, like when kids go on holiday, they give them a ton of homework to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is now fun.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a thing in Finland. We don't
Not
do that.
No.
at all.
You go free.
You go free. You
Yeah,
enjoy
you
your
enjoy your
holiday.
holiday. Yeah.
That's something
But anyway,
else.
you said that about Nigeria. So you were born in Nigeria, then you guys, siblings, you guys moved to Italy and then you moved to Finland.
Yeah.
What are your memories from Nigeria? Do you remember much? You were quite young.
Yeah, I don't really remember much. I just remember particular things about our family and school. Some relatives, I remember I have some memory about that. Of course, when my dad used to drive his, that was one of the best memories. He used to drive his Volvo.
That was a very cool
Always
car.
when we entered the vehicle, and my dad, I like the way he put hand on the other seat and he have like his tongue somehow. I'm moving the steering away.
That's so true. That's so true. I remember that.
That one is very funny.
Yeah.
I used to remember those. And And I think also the weekends when my mom did kind of special breakfasts where
Yeah.
she made different things.
It sounds like you had good memories from Nigeria. Did
Yeah.
anything unfortunate happen or any bad memories do you have?
No, not really.
That's amazing.
Honestly, that's the thing. When I was a child, only good memories from Nigeria. Probably because I was a child and didn't
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
care about those things. But most of them now, looking back, they are. I'm not like missing the place. So, but
Yeah.
when I was there, I really enjoyed
Yeah.
it.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, pretty
Do you
much.
remember what it was like moving to Italy? Like, do you even remember, like, being told we were moving to Italy?
How old were you?
Legit, I don't think I remember. I probably
You were
7. Was it 8?
You were 8.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. No, people say different age. But, I guess
were
I guess
8,
it was
yeah.
it's I think me and Majestic we kind of saw it as an adventure,
We're going on adventure.
and of course it was the first time for us to enter plane, long flights.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was just the whole family going on, a new place and all that.
Yeah.
But when we arrived in Italy, I don't really remember much, but I remember everything was new. You know, you are in Europe, Obodo Ibo, like Igbo people know. Even though I probably never said that word.
Yeah, I don't think you've ever said that.
I never said that word.
You've never said
I don't
that
really
before.
care that much, but it was new place, new environment. Yeah, I just saw it as an adventure. I didn't really particularly see it in any other way. As a new adventure. Yeah.
Did you like living in Italy?
Yeah. Italy. Let's just say, best childhood memory I had was in Italy. I feel like I'm more Italian than Nigerian. Of course, I'm Nigerian, but in terms of the memories,
Yeah.
Italy really ruled over it because that's just where me and Majestic we had the most fun.
Wait, see, the thing is that, yeah, you keep saying you're majestic.
Because it was me and Majestic now.
Where was Praise?
Where was I?
Praise was
You
there now.
you don't have memories of me?
Praise was there, but she's a girl now, so you don't play around the same games.
Like
with-
real-
True.
real
yeah,
games, yeah.
together now. So it's
True.
different. So it's different. Plus,
True.
she was in a different school too. If I
Well,
don't remember,
yeah.
yeah. She was always when she was older than us. She was always in the same school. So most of the time, it was me and Majestic playing. Mostly Majestic playing around. Italy, I feel like Italy was much more easier to integrate than Finland. That was definitely a fact. Probably because we are younger. I don't know,
Yeah.
but it was definitely like a much more easier integration, like with everything, the society and all that. But yeah, definitely like the.
Would you move back to Italy?
No. if you
Why
remember
not?
if you remember what I said in the beginning, that still Helsinki is the place I would stay now and future.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't see yourself going outside of Finland,
going out to visit. Keep this in mind. Visit.
Oh.
but you want to live in Finland.
Yeah, live in Helsinki. Live in
Helsinki,
Helsinki.
wow.
Maybe in the winter time, if I have enough money, then I'll live during that time abroad, still in Europe, but maybe not Italy. Let's see. But still
Interesting.
Yeah.
Helsinki. But I wouldn't move back to Italy. I wouldn't move
Interesting.
back to Italy, yeah.
Interesting. It sounds like you really enjoyed your childhood.
Yeah.
But like, has there been like
Pretty much.
anything negative? Like, because if you think about it, as an 8-year-old moving from Nigeria to Italy, and then at some point you're told you're moving to Finland, and at this point you're maybe like, I think 11, and then growing up in Finland and going through your teenage years in Finland, like how did all this moving around and all this adjusting and new things and new
Yeah.
people, like how do you think it's affected you? Do you think it's affected you?
At all.
Yeah, man. I think the real struggle came when we did the last move. So from Italy to Finland.
Yeah.
That one was hard.
Rough.
That
That one I didn't even want to participate in that one. But of course, as a child, you don't have any choice. You pack your bag and follow.
Exactly, yeah.
It was just hard because, like I said, I had the most fun in Italy. me and my sister were riding bicycle all day in this particular corner. Nice place. Ravenna is the city. Ravenna is
You
really
always
the
talk
city.
about that city.
That
Yeah.
memories from that place was the best. But yeah, and also I played basketball then in a team, and I was very close with my coach. So I didn't see sense to suddenly move to somewhere that I didn't even know existed. Back then,
That's
we
true,
we saw Finland. I don't even remember what I was calling it, the name, but we saw that like before, like after Estonia, like there is that point where there is Germany and all that. After then, there's just water. Just water.
Yeah.
We didn't know that there was a world after that. So when
That's
my dad
true.
was trying to picture us like the place,
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't see. I was thinking of it logically. I didn't see like how does this make sense? But things ended up working out. So, like my dad has his visions always, and it's always works out. So even though it's hard to picture that, but
Yeah.
yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. What was the hardest thing about like integrating into Finland?
I feel like it was probably not the language. Initially, the language really scared me because
Yeah.
when my mom came back after like her entrance exam to come and study here in Finland, we got a little. She brought back a little like notebook or some kind of paper where there was numbers written as letters, finished numbers, and I was really shocked. We were like going through them, and after 10, we were like 10, 11, I was like,
What's going
What
on?
is this?
why is it so long?
Yeah.
There was like words that go together in Italian, they never go together. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
so, and we were like, like
Okay.
we were all picking all of these things and saying like, how does all of these puzzles mix together, like, and all that. But so the language was initially like a scare, but it wasn't really the main thing like that was hard about integration. I feel like because we arrived in a small town. In a small town. Even though in Italy we were also in a small town, but it felt different.
Yeah.
In a
Where
small
did you
town.
live before Helsinki?
Say okay. Those that know that place. That place is hard. That is hard. I enjoyed some parts of it, but
That is true.
Yeah.
let's just say I'm glad.
Hard. It was
Let's just
rough.
say I'm
I
glad
only
I'm
heard rough
out.
things.
It was really rough, and this was in 2012. So not many black people lived in Senioki
Yeah,
at that point.
Yeah.
bro. In almost every single school we were in, we are.
The only black.
The only-
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
a few of them there were maybe one or two more.
Yeah.
But everything was just a struggle living there. Of course, life got better as years progressed, but it was just hard to. I feel like maybe the biggest benefit that I got or support was that when we arrived, we were in this special class for like where there were immigrants. They were teaching us the culture,
Yeah.
some of the language, but mostly the culture.
Yeah.
I bonded with so many guys there, and we had fun. We enjoyed. It was like we're just having fun, and like because we are all new and everything. For some people, it was the first time they saw snow and all that. So it was that was the nice part. But overall, it was just really hard to integrate.
Yeah. Did you feel pressure, like maybe like from your classmates or stuff, like being the only black person, and also just
How did it
Bro-
affect you? Did
yeah,
it?
like how did it affect your identity?
Yeah, of course. That's being only the few me and Majestic, or when I was also alone initially in the school. It was hard to being the only black guy. I of course right away what you notice is the color. And also the hairstyle. Many people were like wondering how my hair feels and all that. It affected me a little bit, but it didn't affect me so much that I would go and straighten my hair. I'm talking to those black guys that straighten their hair with iron because why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Even though you get all those things, why are you straightening your hair to make it look?
Yeah.
So it was like hard in that sense, but I feel like me and Majestic, we kind of used sports because we were athletic to kind of like enter the groups, and just start talking and all that when we learned the language. So it was hard, but so we got past that. That's it.
Interesting.
Really interesting. What about the journey from Seinäjoki to Helsinki? How was that change? What do you remember about that
Bro,
time?
again, that was hard. I don't get all the things that happened in Finland was
moving.
such a struggle. I don't.
Finland is a hard country.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was hard.
If you don't have help and you don't really,
Man, that
it's
was
tough.
really hard.
yeah.
Okay, that one when we were moving, I was still playing American football. Now, basketball in Italy and then American football here. And in that team that I was playing, I really loved my team and
Wait,
the guys
wait, in
there.
Seinäjoki?
In Seinäjoki, yeah. And we were really competing. We were really good back then.
And you were really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was okay. Yeah, I was okay. Like,
He was good.
Yes, it was.
but I enjoyed my time really there, and I didn't really want to leave because I initially in my head, like, I was picturing so many things that, yeah, even though we move to Helsinki, I'll get an apartment here and the team will be paying for it, and I will be living here part time and then going.
I've never heard
school.
of this before.
Yeah, because I was picturing it all in my head. I was like,
Wow.
this is doable, all those things. But it was mid-season, so when we already moved here, I used to go back and stay in my one of my teammates' house. But that guy was nice. That guy was very nice. He
I remember
really
him.
helped.
He's a cool dude. What's his name?
Sammy.
Sammy.
Very
Very cool
out to
dude.
Sammy.
Shout out to you, Sammy.
that guy was really nice. Not many Finns will do that, so that was really something else. So used to stay in his house, and during the weekend when we had maybe a tournament or just games, and play there, and then come back before then the school would start again. And I did that for some time, but then after the season ended, I realized that this is not very sustainable. Of course, in my head, I still saw that I had to either choose one in a way. I couldn't be doing up and down. And ended up, I don't even remember how that choice ended up going, but I ended up then basically quitting the team after that season, and then came, and I think I wasn't even thinking of entering another team, like, or anything like that. But I got contacted by another team that I don't know who suddenly spread the rumors that I was in Helsinki. but then another team here down south contacted me, and then I came. They knew me because we played against each other, and then I joined that team, and then that's how it continued, really.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How did it, like, at what point did you, like, start playing?
Completely the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was after high school, man. That one, I don't know if I can even say this, but
You can.
Go
I
ahead.
stopped. I waited. I was already thinking of stopping, but I was still in high school. So I couldn't sport because in my high school, I got a lot of reduced kind of.
Like, you're basically in a kind of sports, like, athletic
Yeah,
high school.
high school,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you have to be
Do
doing
sports.
sports,
Yeah.
yeah. And I got to not attend certain classes and courses. So
Exactly.
if I would have stopped mid graduation, like, basically I would have had to then take those
The other
classes.
ones.
So after talking to my counselor, I was like, nah, man, I'm not going to do that. Then I waited till I graduated and then announced to the team that I will be stopping. And but yeah, that was a hard conversation. They never saw me stopping, but for a while I had played the sport so long, gotten a lot of injuries, and also most importantly, my interest switched. I really started pursuing back then investing, business, and all these things. Like, they were really my passion, and I decided to go and study instead of continuing with the sports.
Interesting.
Sports area.
What happened? What like, how did the switch happen?
Yeah. What caused the switch?
Bro, I don't know, man.
Was it just life or?
Maybe,
Growing
yeah. Growing up, I feel like maybe that's probably it. And a lot of the guys had talked about like, yeah, the next thing is going to the US for college and all that. I never liked US anyway. That country has many pros, but so many negative sides.
Yeah.
But and I didn't want that college life really, going in tryouts, particularly like it would be 10 times worse than already what I'm doing now. The
Yeah,
the
it's really
efforts, the
intensive.
Yeah.
really like the whole thing would have gotten ramped up. So then back then I was even thinking of studying for, I think, construction engineering. That's what I was talking with my dad about.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did my studies like in high school. I took certain courses in that area, would help me for that. But the last year, I then started talking to my counselor that, hey, my interests are switching. I'm more towards business, like interested toward business and finance. And she said, okay, now take these courses. So quickly add it up. And then I did that, and then it just continued like that. My interest just changed really. I feel like
That's really interesting to hear
Yeah.
because I didn't know. Like because I don't think you ever talked about it. Like
Nah, I never talk about these things. When the
just
switch
do.
happens, I don't really care. I just
yeah,
push
because honestly, I
everything.
was shocked when you got into business school. I was like, business.
I was shocked too. Not so shocked because he had talked about business.
I mean,
to
yeah,
an
but then
extent.
like just I wasn't even sure I knew he applied. I don't even
I
think.
didn't know you applied.
I didn't
I
even
just
know you
heard you're in
applied.
university.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bro,
that was weird.
this is the thing about people. People that are around me don't know what I'm doing, but I suddenly always go forward. That's the
Exactly.
thing.
it's true.
Yeah, we don't know what
I-
you're thinking. Yeah.
I always just even throughout school, I just go through it. And the main reason I go through those things is because my interest is somewhere else. So I just see these things as just something I have to
Pass
just go through and move forward. So I just applied. I particularly didn't even remember where I applied. I was as shocked as she was when I got in. Hey, I was good in school, but I was
Yeah.
not a A student.
Yeah.
I was not a A student, but I was good. But even when I got in, I was like, oh, okay, wow, all right, that's
Yeah.
good.
Because you also graduated where were you even in university? Or did we start?
No, because like we graduated before him, but he got into uni before us. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't
but-
even. Yeah.
Oh, true. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, but that one is God's grace. Bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it really just happened. I just we did those things. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What was uni like?
Oh, first year was fun. First year was
See,
so
that's that
fun.
business school
Exactly.
stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
That's that business school stuff.
It was.
They
it
don't
was
do
fun.
nothing.
No, we did a lot. We did a
Okay.
lot. The first 3 months was struggle. Was so hard to. I was working at the same time, but of course I reduced my hours. But I feel like because I was in an international, particularly program that I chose, there was only international students. So a couple of Finns too, but it was my first time being in that environment because I was always with the indigenous people.
Yeah, Finnish people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In Italy, in Finland,
Yeah.
like all that, always with.
Yeah, you've
with
never like had to work with like international
yeah,
people.
yeah.
It's always
So
been
that was so fun. Like I really enjoyed that. Of course, there were a lot of struggles also with the way they work, especially in projects and all that.
yeah.
Yeah.
People not putting in their efforts or have a certain way of doing things, not answering messages, and all that. But I liked it. Like because uni is all about your efforts. It's really
Yeah.
about
Yeah.
compared to high school, you have to do everything yourself.
Yeah.
After that first was this semester or
Yeah.
after the first semester, the next semester you have to apply yourself to courses,
Exactly.
research them and apply
what
according
you
to
need.
what you need.
Yeah.
So we had to learn how to do that, plus learn the whole new study program that we entered into. So it was very crazy tempo, but I enjoyed that part the first year. Yeah.
Interesting. 'Cause honestly, I felt like I never saw you do schoolwork.
I never saw him do anything.
I never saw you do any
I barely heard you
homework.
talk about.
Bruh.
I didn't
Except
even
you
know
network
you were in
with
school. Okay, I
people.
knew you were in school,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like still. And then after 2.5 years, he graduated, and I was
Exactly.
like,
And
"Who
you
let
were-
you graduate?"
Exactly. I don't know what happened.
These people don't get it. always people ask me this, but I do the work.
I know you
But
do.
that's the thing. He actually does
Like
the work.
you do
and-
the work in silence.
Yeah, it's not maybe visible.
You
That's
don't
the
make
thing.
noise about
yeah,
it.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
It was
Works hard in
yeah,
silence.
it was just
Do you have any friends that you have from uni that you're in contact with?
right now.
Because you said it was fun.
Yeah,
and you were
yeah,
around
yeah.
people.
There are a couple
Yeah.
of guys that are also international. A couple of them speak speak Finnish.
Yeah.
Some are Finnish, some are half. That I'm in contact with. Not that much because it's been a while now. It's been more than 1 year since I graduated. Yeah. So yeah, I have some couple of guys. After graduation, we were hanging out a bit, but not that much because I started going into like the entrepreneurship route towards the end of uni, and because of that, I wasn't much in like in-person classes, and of course, COVID happened like after that. Yeah, so there weren't that many face-to-face
Yeah.
contact lessons. So yeah.
Interesting. You mentioned that you went into the entrepreneurship
Side.
path. What does that actually mean? Let me just be humble and ask.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean? Because I feel like people throw around the word so much.
Yeah.
And everybody's
Everybody's
a
an entrepreneur all of a
CEO.
sudden. Yeah.
Everybody's a
Yeah.
business owner. Like, what does that actually mean?
Yeah, even I don't even like the word CEO and all of this entrepreneurship. I feel like people, when you tell them that you are into business, they always see that you are that guy. Why don't you just enter work like every other person
Yeah.
and all that? But I really tried with some friends to start a business twice, like two different businesses. They didn't work out at the end, but for me, I didn't really care that it didn't work out. I would have wanted it to work out, but it was just like school. It was just another thing
Like
I
you're,
went through
experimenting.
and move on, push it aside and move on. Because still my main passion it was business. Initially, I got into school with that passion and interest of investing and business, but not that much about business, mostly investing. I was doing that initially, but then it switched up like mid my study program, and then went into really entrepreneurship. So yeah, it was just normal.
So what does that mean?
What does that mean? Bro, it's what can I say? It's just you start incorporate a business. I feel like for me, it's mostly meant a lot of paperwork. In Finland, you had to do a lot of paperwork. I say sometimes I like paperwork, but when I'm doing it, it's headache. It's really headache. Yeah, doing the paperwork, incorporating, starting the actual business. So after you incorporate and they accept it, you actually are running, and then you have to get a bank account, like business bank account, then run through what your whole plan is. Your whole plan is get the product or get the service, build whatever you're building, whatever it is for that you are doing, and start marketing. That's really it. And if you succeed, that's good. If you don't, that's a lesson that you can then take forward. But I feel for me, all of the things I did were beneficial. I wouldn't take back any of the things because it's really helped me. Because if I wouldn't have taken those risks and done those things instead of going back to the normal routes that everyone took, like enter into a company, I wouldn't know how to do certain things I know how to do now. So yeah, it was quite an adventure.
You seem like you've always been interested in business, and so I'm super excited I'm genuinely excited to see what you will do in the future, because definitely has to be something great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. I hope so too. I really hope so.
No, it will for sure.
Yeah, wealth is what I'm chasing. Wealth, financial,
Straight up.
financial freedom. That's really it for me.
Yes.
Yeah,
But that's good.
And financial freedom for me through him.
And I will join.
Don't mind them. Don't mind them.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah.
anyway, if we could go back a little bit to talk about friendships, because all these movements, because you moved a lot, when you were younger, how did it affect your friendships? Because did you make friends and then you had to leave? For example, if you talk about Nigeria, Italy, you made friends and you had to leave. How does it feel, or how does it? I know it comes naturally because I can throw you anywhere and you'll make friends for sure. But how has that been? Like when we talk about friendships, how do you feel? Yeah.
Man, it's been quite something. I feel like it's hard, especially when it's really like people you really care about and you've spent a lot of time with. In Nigeria, there was no friends. I was a child. My family, I had my family. What
Yeah.
else? I didn't know. There were some couple of kids that I apparently played with. I don't remember them. I don't remember them. I don't
Yeah.
remember their faces.
Yeah.
Except of course our cousins. Those they are different. But even then, we didn't really spend only a short period of time. We spent time with them. So moving from then was very easy. In Italy, it was hard because those were the. I feel like the teammates. I had connection with them, but it was not as strong as my coach. I feel like my coach back then, I used to play basketball with. He was the one I had a bond with really closely. So it was hard to leave that team. And then in Saying case again was the team this time, not really the coach, but the whole team. Plus the coaches too, but the whole team. It was really nice. We trained together many times a week and all those things. So those were really, I think that one was the hardest to let go. But
Did you cry?
crying, what?
Hey, we can't.
No,
Okay.
no, what? Crying. Those are not moments you cry. You don't cry about those things. You are more like I was annoyed. I was more angry and annoyed.
Okay.
I had to leave, but
Yeah.
bro, thank God I did. Sheesh.
What about here? I feel like you're surrounded by really good people. How have you been able to build these friendships that you have in your life right now?
As an adult.
You know, obviously we are part of your friends, but like, anyway, you get the point. We're talking about the men.
I don't even
Yeah.
know. I think right now I don't really think about it that much.
Yeah.
It just happens. I feel like, and I think the main thing is the church, that we always come to church every single time together, and we do other things. Like we started this very early to doing other things outside the church. So I feel like that's really created a bond among us, and then especially us guys. When we meet other guys, we hang out and perhaps we become close, and other things. Especially Majesty used to play around sports. When
I
anything
think we
is
need
with
to get
sports,
Majestic because
he will jump into it. He will jump into it and start.
yeah.
That's how he makes his own friendships doing sports. I'm talking. I did sports, I know, but I'm retired now. I like watching it now, not playing it. But yeah, so it's just constant, like kind of interaction and doing things with you
Yeah.
guys. That's how it just created automatically. Yeah.
But you're so easygoing. Where does that come from?
Easy going.
Yeah, you can make friends with anyone.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely remember the time we were in Italy. We went to Venice. You were sick at that time.
Okay.
And then
Apparently.
as we were coming back, we went to Venki to grab gelato, ice cream. And then you were talking. Yeah. Remember, you were literally talking with these guys. I thought we were
Like,
just
you mean the shop owners?
Yes, I thought we are just gonna grab this thing and go. You stayed there, and you guys started to talk about everything, work life in Germany, in Italy, in Finland, the difference and stuff like that. So that's
yeah,
what
that
you
one.
do naturally. And I was like, we have been here for 20 minutes, and I gotta go.
Yeah.
And like that's just how you are.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that one got evolved as time went on. Mostly, I probably took it from my dad.
I was going to say that.
Yeah,
I was going to
That
say
is
that.
the one that does that the most.
exactly.
Yeah.
My dad is just like that. He just talks and knows
With
how to throw
anyone,
jokes.
everyone.
Yeah. Throws jokes around and all that. Maybe from him, or most likely from him. So I guess that's just how I am. Sometimes I talk too much, like
Yes,
some
sometimes.
person always says, but
Who says that?
Yeah, who says
I
that?
don't know, who never knows. No. Well, I guess that's it just comes out naturally. I think.
But it's a good quality. I
Yeah.
think we need that
Yeah, you
in
should
our
keep
world.
that.
Yeah, I mean it will come
I'll
naturally.
try,
So,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll try.
So, what are you working on now?
yeah.
Bro,
What's the plan?
now that I'm done
Make
with
money.
that,
Make money.
That's the plan.
Make
Everybody,
money.
that's our plan too.
let me make this clear. I'm not aiming
I'm
to
just
make
joking.
money.
I'm just joking.
Okay.
It's
I'm aiming to
build
create
wealth.
yeah,
Yeah.
build wealth. That's
Yeah.
really it. I'm yet not sure about all of the components on how I'm going to do that, but I want to. Of course, I would like to do it through entrepreneurship because that's what I like I strive in. But right now that I'm done with that meeting, I'm with the guys. We're trying to build something, bro. Let's see, man. If you see me this summer doing something, you know we are doing something. if not, then we'll try sometime else. But yeah, we are trying to build something this summer.
Yeah.
Through entrepreneurship, of course, and yeah, if that one doesn't work out, then maybe I'll go abroad. I feel like that's
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go abroad. Finally,
Europe,
take
though.
yeah
Yeah.
yeah. US, you'll never find me there. If you hear Uche is there, it's another Uche. It's another Uche. It's not me. Really. Yeah, most likely abroad. So I'll take my dad's advice to chase try to do something with my degree,
Yeah.
like normal job.
For a while.
If I'll do that, I will still have that investing kind of thing going on, like because through normal working I can't get anything. Like I can't get that wealth that I desire. But just generally, like what I'm aiming for is to get to a point that I'm doing something like that I enjoy. I feel like that's something I'm chasing, like the career. It doesn't have to be set or the business have to be making millions. No, it's just that I'm doing something because I need that drive. Like in school, I had something. That's why that school went. Every time I had something that I was doing, that's like kind of kept me busy up there. So that's why.
Yeah. You're young and you're so, like, somehow so sane. Järkevä. What is
Yeah.
järkevä?
Sane.
Sane. In this our generation, because like if we think about an average young man in the streets of Helsinki, it may not be so great. So how have you been able to somehow keep yourself?
And also as an African.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've not kept myself in every moment.
I'm
not.
Do you want to tell us?
No, bro, not in front of camera. Bro, no, bye, no.
Okay.
But
Is it what we know?
yeah, most
Okay,
of them,
okay.
not all of them.
Whoa.
Whoa, hold
But
up.
Okay.
I've made mistakes now, of course,
course.
like
Everyone
of course.
has.
like
Everyone.
like people,
Yeah.
all that. But it's mostly what I will say. I think main thing is upbringing. It's really the upbringing. My parents, the people say it's Christianity, all that. But I've seen a lot of people that grew up in Christian families that out doing other things or left the church completely. But so it's not always about Christianity. It's a big component, but it's mostly the way your parents like bring you up. And I feel like my parents, they did a really good job on that. They never said shouldn't do this, but because we didn't see our parents doing it, it never came to my mind to start doing it.
Yeah. So would you say it's actually being raised in a family that actually behave like Christians?
Yeah.
Because like
yes.
if you think about it, like people that grow up in so-called Christian families, but their parents are not like modeling the life of Jesus. So maybe things don't work out. So would you say that you grew up in a family where they were actually living like Christians, so it was easier for you to also kind of live like that?
Yeah, I guess that's the way you could put it. Yeah, basically, she used a fancy word to put it that way. But yeah, that's probably it. Like never saw my dad smoke, for example. That's one area. So he never did he ever say that you shouldn't smoke? I don't know.
I don't think it's
He
ever said
probably
that,
never
but like,
said
But
it
the way
indirectly,
he
but
then-
it
yeah.
was just a natural thing. Many of my classmates, when they were going behind the school,
yeah.
puff one and say, Kokele, try. Like, why should I try this? Bro, are you all right? Why should I try it? Think, yo, Kokele, he's going to do you well. What?
Yeah.
You know? So things like that. So all when those situations came, of course, sometimes I made mistakes now.
What kind of mistakes?
Bro, that won't happen.
talk
It's minor. It's minor something. That's
talk
all I'm saying.
later
It's
about-
minor something.
Yeah.
Let's just say my parents were not very happy, but I moved past it. After that moment, everything started moving. So that was very also
That was
a moment
like a
that
pivotal moment.
yeah,
life,
that switched up everything.
Yeah.
And I think probably after that, that's the moment I started doing things as if they were just an obstacle of life or something like that, like school, all that. That's the moment I started thinking that way. That it's just something you have to do. and
Yeah,
move
like
on.
the real life is ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but
That's good.
It's good,
that's
interesting.
pretty much it.
I'm gonna ask you about
Yeah, we're gonna talk later.
whatever this minor stuff are.
Exactly. Yeah. But before we go, what is your biggest pet peeve? What do you hate? What do you not like?
Man,
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Wait a
Think
minute.
about your answer.
Wait a
We're
minute,
in
wait
front
a
of the
minute.
world.
people that know me know I keep using the word Africans
Oh my goodness.
or Italians.
We have started.
So I don't, even though sometimes I feel like I use it too much, I acknowledge that one. But there are just certain
Save us.
things that kind of annoy me. The way people do things, like being cheap in a way. Like why like for me, I always see it this way. When you're already here, you are here. Your
Like you
family
in Europe.
Yeah, you're in Europe. Your family is here. Why are you focusing your energy back home? If your kids are here, spend the money on them, not on the people back home. Your kids are your priority. You buy your kids. Let me use an example. Like people that Finns know this, sika nauta. So like pork and beef minced meat is
Yeah.
23% fat.
Yeah.
Just because it's cheap. Go and make, if you've cooked that thing, you know it's
Yeah.
really, really, really oily.
Yeah.
Instead of buying the one that is 10% that's only beef.
Yeah.
Just so that you pack your 500 euros and send home. Bro.
Okay, so you hate that behavior.
Yeah. And I feel like Africans should just retain their natural looks. That's another thing.
Yeah.
People that know me know what I'm talking about. Natural looks.
You're talking about women, right?
I think
And
everybody.
did I say any
and men.
gender? Did I say any gender? Should retain their natural looks.
To look natural.
Yeah.
That's the main thing. Just
Yeah.
remain
Yeah.
remain the way you are.
Yeah.
Don't do any.
He already threw shade on men that straighten their hair.
Yeah,
so.
exactly.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
I never understood as a kid. I was
Yeah.
looking at that guy. I was like, bro, what? It doesn't even look nice. Bro.
Yeah, he doesn't though. He doesn't. Yeah.
Anyway,
But you like structure and you like people doing things on time, right?
Good work ethics.
Quality work.
Yeah. And I feel like because people complain a lot about things, or I also complain about things, but I feel like just like people complain, I cannot study and work. Cannot study and work. But
See the side eye though.
but because they're tired and all that, you can.
Yeah.
It's just your it's
mentality,
mindset.
mindset.
Yeah, people can say that about me being in army. It's about mindset. That one is a different mindset. That one is a different mindset. That
Okay.
place is something else. But just generally, like the things that you have to go through, school, work, all of this, it's just staying focused. For me, it's about staying focused. That's the main thing. Many people lose that and start chasing things that will make them either fast money or get them there faster. Bro, do research. This is the thing about Africans. They don't do research. Okay, I said
Go
it.
ahead, go
I
ahead.
said it. Africans.
No, go ahead, go off.
They don't do research.
But,
People just jump. People just jump. Young people, older people, whatever it is, they just jump. You don't do research. You don't do research trying to find what you want to do in life. It's hard. I'm still searching my thing, bro. But you have to do research and keep going, bro. That's really it.
Yeah.
Many people don't do that.
Yeah, and I feel like especially like our parents and their age mates, if they hear, oh, there's something happening here, puts 500 a year, they will
Yeah.
throw money because they think the money will come back immediately and they'll
Yeah.
be disappointed. But I pray that our generation and the young African men, African women, or wherever you are from, would like do this thing that you said, do research.
Yeah.
And before you don't just jump into conclusions, jump into things, but really take your time to figure out your path, your way.
Yeah, and be patient.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really it. You
Yeah.
have to, if you just finish high school and you're trying to figure out what you have to do, you can, if you can't figure out what it is, go with the safest option. Either it's a normal like study program. Don't take business because that one is too broad, because you would not, unless you're interested in
Yeah.
business, because then you would, after business you have to find your own path. But if you don't know what your path is, don't take something that you still have to find your own path after.
Yeah.
Take something like nursing or doctor if you are smart. And
Yeah.
all that. So it's really,
Yeah.
it's really
But
just
that's
make
good.
choice.
That's
That's
good.
good.
And we've talked before that there is a order to life. Like there are certain things that you have to do at a certain age. There's
Yeah.
a reason why we have to study till we are a certain age, because we don't have it figured out. So
Yeah.
taking the safest option sometimes is really good. Like
Yeah.
if you don't know what you want to study, go to high school rather than
Vocational school.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And sometimes university, if you know you want to work with people, you can somehow figure out your field. But real quick, how do you balance, because you have a lot of responsibilities and things that you're doing, you know, in your life. How do you balance your life and make sure that, like, you take care of yourself and make sure that you rest enough? Like balance.
I don't
How do you
even,
balance the things? You just live.
this thing about taking care of yourself, what does it entail? I never understood this thing. Take care of yourself. Like, what? You go to work when you were studying, or when I was studying, I did some shifts in the evening.
Yeah.
In the morning I went to school and then did the work. Sometimes as I couldn't get my assignment done, I maybe took off and then did the assignment, or somehow cornered the way through that. But it's just normal.
He's
It's just,
living.
yeah, it's just
You
a
just get things done.
piece by piece thing, really. And I feel like when you are doing specifically something that is driving you, that one will be normal. You can just find yourself doing it and getting it done and moving on. But if it's just something like school or any other thing that you just see it as just something you have to get through, then you just have to. There's not even much thinking that is behind it. You just move. You really just move. Don't stay one place.
Yeah.
Those that say, I don't know what I'm going to do, so they're at home. Why are you at home?
But yes. Good
Why are you at home? Either go get a job and be applying to school. Don't be applying in school that you know you'll not get. like I said,
practical.
Yeah.
go for a safer option. Just get something. You can always switch later on.
Yeah.
That's really it.
But have something doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's it.
That's good. So, what's ahead?
Yeah. If you look ahead, what do you want your life to look like? What do you want to be doing in the future? Obviously, have
Future.
wealth. We got that.
Wealth. How do you how do you envision
Your
your
life.
life in the future? Family, cute wife, cute kids.
Yeah.
I know she'll bring marriage into this. I know she'll bring marriage into
Yeah, because I want a sister.
Thank you.
sister-in-law.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what it's.
Anyways, so for me, really, the main thing right now is finding that's my thing, career-wise. Finding that's my thing, and then starting that thing. When I've started it, yeah, then I'll maybe look for marriage.
You will look for marriage.
Then I will
Wow.
take it more seriously. Now I'm more smarter. Thanks to is that a word? More smart.
Like just
Thanks to our
smarter.
pastor. that really taught a very good lesson about marriage.
Yeah,
how
we had
to
a
how to do
seminar.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
How to do it. So yeah, career started, and then marriage,
Yeah.
then marriage, then oh yeah. Few years, give it few years gap in marriage, then kids, because
Okay.
traveling that one will enter that stage of traveling everywhere.
Yeah.
Then
Can I come with you guys?
we can do family trip
Yeah,
or
that's good.
group trips that
Yeah,
we
yeah,
always
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Yeah.
We always do, yeah.
Mm.
Then at some point settling back, of course, here in Helsinki. Like I said, Helsinki is the place.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you would still come back to Helsinki?
Yeah. I'll travel and come back. But yeah, if I have enough wealth at that point, then I'll most likely be living part of the winter like abroad, somewhere
Sounds like a good
warm.
plan.
Yeah. But I think that's really it. I think that's mostly it. But let's see how things progress.
Sounds really good.
All
Sounds
right.
really good. Before we go, pray, say one nice thing about your brother.
I
Uche.
can't think of anything.
No, come on.
Don't mind that.
You have a heart. Go ahead. Say one nice thing about
One
him.
nice thing about him.
Look at you. Yeah. What do you like about him?
One thing I like about Uche is that, like, regardless of what happens, he's just a very, like, cool-headed someone. Like, in the moment, he might be like, why did you waste money again?
Exactly.
You're always wasting money.
Yeah. But
But at the end of the day, like, he will always help you. He will always give you what you need. He's actually a very patient someone, because if I think of all the things he has had to endure, he's actually really patient, and he's very thoughtful. He's just a good man. He's a really good man. He's a really good.
No, I'm
Yeah.
old. No,
Yeah,
I'm
old.
You're
are.
getting old.
You're
Thank
getting
God.
old.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he really is a good man.
Yeah.
And I don't think I've ever heard him speak like negative of people, except he's like telling the truth. Like,
yeah.
like
Yeah,
yeah.
seriously.
He doesn't have issue with people. Like he gets along with everyone except that person is the issue.
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, I think one thing I like about him, like I really like,
You
is
said
just
like 10 things.
Oh,
Go ahead. Go
okay.
ahead. No, finish your point. But go ahead. No, I love
no,
it.
but I
Yeah.
think the main thing is really that he's a good man. He's a really good, caring person. Like very thoughtful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say the same. And you have a good heart, and
Yeah.
you're kind to everyone.
Yeah.
I've never seen you like be mean to anyone. You're kind to everyone, and like I think we spoke already earlier, and I said that if there is an issue, or if someone has an issue with Uche, I really have to ask what is the problem of the other
Yeah.
person, because you are so like unproblematic, and you're kind to everyone. You're thoughtful, and you consider people. Even how you relate. Stop tearing up. And even how you like relate with children and people that are older than you, your age mates. You are kind to everyone, and that is so rare to find in young men. You know, so love that about you. And yeah, why are you tearing up? But yeah, you are genuinely a solid person. You know. So yeah, and we appreciate you so much as a person and everything that you do. You know, in our friend group. He's definitely the money man, the manager. He takes care of stuff. Such a good person. I don't know what else to say. Yeah, but I'm grateful that you're in my life. You know. Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Wasn't expecting so many of them, but
Really,
yeah,
really.
it's good to
Yeah,
hear.
because we don't always you know say what we love about each other and things like that. Yeah, you are struggling. I will let her struggle and do her thing, but genuinely, you know, you are such a good person, and we're grateful for you. But anyway, guys, that's that.
Just gather myself.
Thank you so much for tuning in to In the Now podcast. I loved this episode.
Yeah.
I wasn't really sure how it will go.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I love this episode. She's getting herself together. We're going to talk more after we close the cameras and everything. But thank you so much for
Thank you,
tuning in.
guys.
Remember to like, comment, subscribe. And whenever your business is out, we're definitely going to,
Have a proper lunch.
Yeah. And In the Now podcast hosts will be there for
Sure.
sure. Yeah.
Let's hope.
No, we're
Let's
going
hope.
to be there. We're going to be there. Yeah. So share this with your friends and family, and we are going to see you in the next one. Thank you. Bye.